So our guest this morning on the IPA call is Taylor, and Taylor has been on the inside of the company for quite some time. He and his wife Maria work both together with the company. They have a young son that's approaching 2 years old. But Taylor is, I guess you could say, he's now number two in charge in North America. He and Kevin both work directly with Dan, our general manager. But I don't think there's anybody, to include Dan, more knowledgeable on everything than Taylor. He understands compensation plan 100%. He understands auto ships 100%. He is our ultimate escalated fix it guy. So what I've asked from Taylor this morning is for him to cover everything for us that's repetitive up there for rep services and that he's always having to fix. So like tips for us out here in the field so we don't keep making the same mistakes, whether that be placements or auto ships placed on the wrong week, whatever that is. So Taylor, I'm just going to turn it over to you and let you run with it, and then we'll probably ask you some questions in just a second.
Thank you, Todd. This is my first IPA call, so great to see a lot of familiar faces on there. I'm glad that you brought up subscriptions because that is probably the thing that we get called on the most. Whether it's, I don't know what color I'm on, I placed my subscription on the wrong week, I'm not commission qualified anymore. So firstly, I wanted to talk about why a subscription is so important and why it's so important to have 100-point subscription set up on your account. Firstly, if you don't have a 100-point subscription set up on your account, you're not going to be eligible for commissions. So if we're talking about income producing activities, you can't make an income if you don't have that subscription set up and you're not qualified for those commissions. The second thing is if your subscription isn't going to set up, you're not going to have any carryover volume, or you're going to lose your carryover volume. And also, you're going to lose your lifestyle rewards credits. We just talked about the Punta Cana trip and the 180 people that are going on that trip. If you're not keeping your subscription active, you're losing those credits that can take you on those trips. So make sure that subscription stays active.
How do they know their qualifying week? Like, tell us how to make sure we get that accurate.
Absolutely. So I'm going to just share my screen here really quickly.
Yeah, we need to make him co-host, Sarah.
It's letting me share. I think
Okay.
we're good. There we go. So when you're in your back office, and I recommend that you go in here every week, every day, and make sure that you are where you need to be. So right in your dashboard, if you scroll down your qualifying cycles, if you see anything in red, I would recommend that you immediately call partner support and say, why am I getting this message? And what can I do to fix it? If you're seeing a message in red, you're either not qualified or you're not qualified, and there could be a couple reasons for that. Your subscription was set up on the wrong color. You didn't have the 100 points you needed to stay commission qualified, or something of that nature. So you're going to want to call partner support immediately, and it even gives you the phone number right there in those red messages. Now, when you're looking at your subscription, in addition to that, our IT department made a really cool tool. So if for your new brand partners, if your subscription does not match your color week, it'll pop up a message here and say, your subscription does not match your color week. Would you like to sync it? And you can hit yes, and the system will automatically put you on the correct color week. And this is going to be really important for our new brand partners coming on, because if they activated their account a week or two after enrolling, their color is going to be a little bit different. So you want to make sure that you are on that right color, and that tool is really great for doing that.
Can you show us how to go set a subscription up and how to find that qualifying week? Because I
Absolutely.
think that's a big sticking point for us all.
So when you go through your subscription manager, if you have an option to edit one down here, you'll always want to edit the existing subscription that you have available. If you hit add new subscription, you're going to create multiple subscriptions, which is something that we additionally see. Adding a new one doesn't cancel out the other one that you had. So if you keep adding new ones, you're going to have multiple ones that run. So I'm going to actually delete this one, and we'll just start from scratch. So as soon as I hit add new, I'm going to select the products that I want to have in that subscription. We'll just add something random
Hey,
here.
hey, let me add one thing there. Over on the
Yeah.
left-hand side, you can see he already has it marked, but 100 PV subscription. So the filter will allow you to see the 100 point products that have already been put together, and they're always going to be cheaper and discounted to do it that way. So you really want to do your subscriptions along those lines because it'll save yourself or your consumer a pretty significant amount of money doing a preset 100 point auto ship.
Thank you, Doc. And it also takes some thinking out of it. You know that everything in this screen is 100 points, so you don't even have to worry about how many products you're putting in there to make sure you're at that point. It's already done for you, which is really great. Once we've added that to our cart, we'll click our little shopping cart. Again, we'll just verify that we have 100 points. We'll continue to the checkout. And as you're going through the process, if you're not already commission eligible, you're going to get these messages. Don't miss out on commissions. Make sure your subscription matches your color week. And it should default it to the week that you need it to be on. All ready for you.
So Taylor, I want to make sure I don't even know this. So you're saying right now that if they're in their back office and that week right there showing up, that it's correct as long as they don't change it, they don't have to do anything.
They don't need to do anything. Yep.
Okay, that's something new that's been programmed in. That's awesome.
So, and then you'll just continue through the process. It'll ask you to verify your shipping address. If you have moved, updated a credit card, you need to make sure that your subscription is going to the right address and charging to the right card. Continue through these options. It'll ask you for your shipping. You can change the options there, and then your payment method. And you'll just add in the credit card that you want to use for that payment method. Review. And again, it'll go over the products. It'll go over the PV. It'll go over your price, where it's shipping to, how you're charging it. Continue and submit. And then it tells you exactly again when it's going to process on. So there's multiple stages through this process where you're confirming your information. So while we're doing this, especially with our newly enrolled brand partners, we need to take a second to just look at all those things and make sure that it's where it needs to be. Now, the one thing that I like to see and recommend doing is in your reports, there's a few reports for subscriptions that you can do for your downline brand partners. One of them being a failed subscription report. And what we see a lot of the times is most people don't even know that their subscription didn't go through, whether it's they forgot to update their credit card, didn't transfer money over, whatever the scenario there is, they don't even know that it canceled. And a lot of people will just be like, well, it didn't come. It'll come next month. But if we don't have the right information on that subscription, we won't be able to do that for them. So this failed subscription report, if you pull it once a week, you'll be able to see everyone in your downline organization that needs to place that subscription order. Along with qualifying orders due this week is the secondary report. This is going to tell you if somebody on your team either didn't set up a subscription or their subscription is not on the right week and they have it set up on a different week. So you can even micromanage your downline organization and start sending out those messages. Hey, you need to place a qualifying order this week. Make sure you call partner support and get that taken care of. Or can I help you place that order for you? Or let's take a look at your subscription. And you can start to send out these communications and get people either to fix their subscription if it didn't go through, or to get them to set one up if they're not currently having one.
Taylor, can I just have you just real quick? When you go back to subscription manager, one thing we
Yep.
teach everybody, once your subscription is set up, never delete that, because if it's set up on the right week and all that, and you go and delete it and add a new subscription, we don't want to get off. So if you just go in there and edit the
Edit.
order.
Yeah, I just deleted the one that I had there
Yeah,
currently just to go through the whole process.
Yeah, I
But
know you did. I just
absolutely,
wanted everybody
yes.
to understand, just to edit from here. Don't delete it when you already have one that is set up that's working, because you
Yes.
can change whatever product you want on it. Just go to edit, don't delete it.
And it really is they've streamlined the process so much to what it used to be. So if you've struggled with changing your subscription in the past, try it again. it really works really great. So yes, if you just hit edit here, it's just going to have you update a small thing. You want to edit the order over here to the right-hand side, and then just go through the process. Remove the product you don't want, add in the product you do want, and then just go through the verification steps. Every time you do this, it's going to have you verify your address and your credit card details and the date that it's processing. Todd, did you have anything additional that you'd like me to go over in regards to the subscriptions or
No, John or Sarah, have you seen anything in the chat that anybody's asked that we need to address?
No, I've been answering questions.
Yeah, we've all been answering questions on the side.
Taylor,
Okay.
just say real quick, like, so one of the questions was, one, does it go towards the 1500 PV? Of course, we've answered that one. There was one more question that I wanted you to address, but if you can address that one real quick, how it doesn't go towards your 1500 PV.
Yep. So if you're having a subscription process, it means that you're outside of your first 4 Fridays. And so that volume is not going to count towards your 1500 points. And because, in addition to that, it's because it's keeping you commission qualified. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 100 points to keep you commission eligible. So it's not going to count towards that 1500.
And then the last question that maybe to address is, when does your color week officially start? Is it the day you sign up, or is it the day that you activate your business with 200 PV?
The color that you're going to be on is going to be the week that you activate with 200 points. So if you come in on red week, but you don't activate till blue, you're going to be on blue. So
I just want to clarify what that means. So we pay $29.95 to join the company. That's your business. But until you place an initial order of 200 points, you don't have a qualified business. So what Taylor just said is that the qualifying week will start when the 200 point or more order is placed to qualify the business for income. And the last thing I want to reiterate is in the sign up enrollment process, we try our best to set auto ships in the enrollment process. But you just make sure you understand, if you're new, it doesn't bill until the 4th Friday out. So if they are qualifying their business on that first day, you'll look at that Friday. That'll be Friday 1. 4 Fridays out will be from that day. So when I sign somebody up on a personal level, I'll always show them in the calendar. It was like, this is your first Friday. And then I'll point down to the 4th Friday. This is your qualifying week. So expect your auto ship bill to bill here. And I generally, because we don't always talk about more than one product initially, whatever your 100 point favorite auto ship is, I generally put them on that. For me, like what I like and what you like does not have to align. There's no reason for it to. But for me, a lot of times I'll do MOA and Renew. It's a very inexpensive one. You could do, I heard Tammy yesterday say she loves the drops and advantage. So whatever it is for you, I just set it and I say, I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Here's why. But if you decide, as you start learning about our products, you want another 100 point auto ship, we have all the way until that Friday to change it out. And for whatever reason, you hate our business and you don't care if you're commission qualified, we can cancel it before then. But if you'll get in a habit of putting people in with auto ships, you'll have a much better business. And it's not because you have auto ships in your business. It's because you have people qualified to get paid. And if you want working people in your organization one day, our job is to make them money. And we can't make them money if they're not qualified to get paid. So all good stuff. Thank you, Taylor. And whatever else now you want to cover that we need to know.
that was everything I have for you. So if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to take some time and answer any questions or go through anything additional that you'd like for me to.
Now let's leave this just to the moderators. We don't want to get off in left field here. But if any of the moderators have something you constantly are seeing that you want Taylor to address, please ask him.
I'm going to throw something out there. So if somebody is commission qualified, but then for whatever reason they get unqualified, either by choice or whatever, and then they want to come back to being commission qualified, do they go back to their original color week that was in place previous, or does their color week change? I feel like I've seen like a color week change.
Yeah. So if you go off subscription and you're no longer commission qualified, whenever you decide to start back up again will be your new color week. So if you were on a red week before, but you stop for, a month or two and you come back on purple week and you place your order or subscription, that's going to be your new color moving forward.
So,
Got
so
it.
Taylor, I just want to reiterate because I think that's changed a bit from previous. So you're saying if somebody's been inactive and they come back on, they can just turn it active whatever week they're on, and it'll kick in and they'll be active immediately, and then every fourth Friday from there it's going to bill.
Yeah. So you would want to place a 100-point order right away to stay qualified then and there, or set up the subscription for the week that you would like it to process on, and you'll start to be commission qualified as soon as that happens.
Can
Taylor,
you say that
correct.
one more time? So I want to make sure I even understand that. Say that one more
Yeah, so
time.
you would just want to be commission eligible until that 100 points goes through. So if it's Thursday and you set up a subscription for Saturday, you're not going to be qualified for the week that we're in. You're going to be qualified for as soon as that subscription processes.
Okay, so
So
let me
you
say
want to
this
be
correctly. If somebody wakes up on a Wednesday and they know they're going to be paid money that week, the following Friday, they need to go and place just a 100-point order, like a one-time order of 100 points, and that's going to qualify them that week. And then they can go set the subscription that'll bill 4 Fridays from then. Is that the right way to do that?
exactly. Yep. In those situations, I do recommend either setting up the subscription first and then placing the order to make sure you get your 30% off, make sure you get your discount, or calling into partner support and saying, I need to place a commission qualifying order and set up my subscription just to make sure that we get you your discount. Because if you place the order first before setting up the subscription, you're going to get charged full price for the products, and we don't want that to happen.
Yes, I think I would suggest, because this is probably what was just discussed as the trickiest part, because my brain's sometimes not even clear on it, is that if your subscription's been off for a while and you're expecting to make money the following Friday and you want to make sure you're active to get it, just call it into rep services, because it may be you have to place a 100-point order that day and set a subscription that's going to be billing, and the process of how that needs to go in, they will know. And I'm not sure we're always clear on it.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I would call in on this. We've got great customer support, and they'll get it taken care of, and it'll be quickly done, and they will get you set up correctly. You don't have to worry about it and wonder if you're going to be set up correctly.
So Taylor, one last question for you. You get to see the inside computers, like you see the numbers, the sales. Can you give us a what's going on, like what you've seen the company do the last 18 months from the inside?
From the inside, you guys have been keeping me busy. I've been here for almost 10 years, and this is the most amount of growth I've ever seen in the company through every system we've tried to do and use. This one is the one that works, and it's duplicatable, and it's paying people money. So not only are we growing in sales, we're paying out more in commissions, and people that are using the system that have also been here for years that might not have been seeing money but love the products are now getting paychecks. So from an inside perspective, this is a company that I can tell my kid, like, hey, you're gonna have a job when you're 18 because this is going somewhere. Um, in addition to that, I mean, we're seeing sales like we've never seen them before. March was our second largest month ever in Partner Co. So I think it's really amazing to see this happening. It's amazing to hear the stories, and it's amazing to see people's lives changing, either with health or finances. Um, the past 18 months have been really special.
Brent, you have anything?
Yeah, no, you touched it everything, Todd. I mean, for everybody, I mean, Taylor, like Todd said, he sees like all the data in the company. I was just with him in Utah where he was with the owners explaining the growth of the company, setting long-term expectation. I mean, we have a lot of people on this call on this IPA Zoom that's transitioned from other companies that they didn't leave their company left them. And so it's super important to have a company that is truly, from a fiduciary reason, building it to last and not building it for a 5 to 10 year cash grab. And Taylor can tell you that we absolutely are building it, John and Darren, for that long term, something truly a legacy type opportunity. So thanks, Taylor, for all you do.
Happy to be here. Happy to help.
Okay, so we'll turn it back to Sarah to introduce our fantastic moderator from Canada, Christy Walsh.